So my neighbor found out that I fix bikes, and he brought over his Gary Fisher Marlin, which is a bike it's actually his son's bike, and I tuned it up and brought it back to him this morning, and he's happy about it. Gave me $100 for the tune-up, and said, "Hey, I've got another bike for you to work on," and it's an old. And as soon as he started talking, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is a really cool story." So back in 1983, when he was probably closer to like maybe his 20s, he built himself up his own bike out of Columbus SP tubing is what he called it. I'm not too familiar with vintage tubing. Columbus SL, I think, down tube, and Columbus elsewhere, like chain stays and stuff like that. But he brought it out, and I thought, man, this is so cool. My neighbor brazed together his own bike, and so I kind of wanted to show it to you. This is it. It's kind of beat up right around up here, but you can see the lugs right there. Let's see if I can get that to focus better. But are pretty. They're kind of nice and tapered down and not thick and not too chunky. He took it touring. He said he used to live in Holland. That's Holland, Michigan. And he lived above a bike shop, and he said he bought the tubing from them and brazed it up himself. I guess some shops were selling tubing back in the 80s. If you lived in Holland, let me know if you know about that shop. And then he said when it was finally all built and ready to go, he needed someone to face the head tube and ream the bottom bracket. It's by the way, it's got Campagnolo Super Record. And it turns out the person who faced and reamed it was Mark Nobilette, who is from Ann Arbor. Now in Colorado, as many of you know. It's just nice to see all these old parts in the context of an old bike that has hardly been touched since. I think it originally had the Super Record hubs, but he, I think, got in a bit of a car, sort of a little tangle with a car, and busted his wheels up, and instead of going to the court, the car driver just paid him, or just replaced his wheels with a set of Philwood hubs and Weinmann rims, and it's kind of cool to if you look real close, the rims say "made in Belgium" on them, and I don't know. I never really much liked Weinmann rims myself, but I like these rims. I kind of like how they're kind of concave. 27 and 1/8 inch tires, 25 millimeters wide. Anyway, it's just kind of a nice little way to wake up today, go out and meet my neighbor and learn about this part of his history. And I'll be tuning this one up, taking it apart, placing the bar tape cables, and re-greasing the hubs and all that stuff, or re-greasing the bottom bracket. And I'll probably check the hubs and add some fresh grease behind the seals, but I'm tempted to not pound out any cartridge bearings in those Philwood hubs, but we'll see. Hope you enjoy this. Like, click, subscribe, and get this video viral, or not.